Alright, guys, so I'm back again, and I'm finally able to talk about this because it took me a minute to get a hold of this movie. So, obviously, what you're seeing on your screens, we're going to be talking about Smile 2. Now, originally, when I saw the first one, I had mixed feelings about it because I was like, I don't know. It seems very weird. Are they going to do another one? Will it be, any better? Or what will happen? This one just, it took me out of my mind type deal because I did not know how good it was going to do to where this so-called entity was going to be harassing a celebrity. So the way the story goes is the one that survived in the last one, Joel, he got it from the previous host and he was going to try to get it to another person and it went bad and it ended up going to the character that Naomi Scott plays as Sky Riley, who is a celebrity slash singer who has a very troubled past from alcohol and drug abuse, and she's trying to come back on her comeback tour, and she still has a hurt back, and when she tries to go to her dealer just to get something for her back, that's when she witnesses this unknown entity, and then it takes a hold of her. And I'm just going to say this. I give Naomi Scott a lot of credit for this film. I've only seen her in three things. I've only seen her in this movie now, a little bit of Aladdin, and Power Rangers. So I give her credit to where credit's due. She was able not only to perform from a dramatic and a horror standpoint, but from a scary standpoint, to a singer standpoint, to just all these raw emotions because her character went through so much stuff because she was in a very crazy relationship. She caused an accident. It caused a lot of issues on her body and she messed up a lot of things in her life. She's trying to make, good on her comeback tour. She's having issues. She's freaking out because this entity is messing with her head. This is the entirety of this movie. Like, you don't know what's real and what's not because it's just constantly messing with your mind. It's constantly messing with your psyche of am I really talking to this person or is it the entity? Because there is a scene in this movie, and obviously this movie's been out like since last year, so obviously you guys know what I'm talking about. I probably want to say it later on, but there were scenes in this movie that made me go, "Oh damn!" Because Sky meets someone that supposedly his brother died from this, and he's been trying to stop this thing. And she, I think it's like less than a week because I thought honestly it was like 7 8 days, but I was like no, it should take less than that because it's like 4 or 5 days, or even like six. But anyway, she goes through trying to do all these things. She's making it almost makes it seem like she's having a relapse, right? So it makes me wonder during the entire duration of this film, when she went to a fundraiser, was that real? When she was talking to her mother and she thought that the entity was going after her and it killed her mother, but actually she did it. Or, her having to talk to her best friend that she thought she made up with, and it wasn't even her best friend. It was the entity playing with her mind. And I'm talking about this because this movie's not scary. It's creepy on the fact of it messes with your psyche so much that all you see is these smiles. And I give so much to the actors because you got to think that's gonna hurt your jaw for a while, and also you not moving your eyes. That's crazy. And by the very end of this film, she's literally on the verge of losing everything. She's on the verge of losing everything. So she goes to the one Morris, like, okay, what do I do? And as soon as she does, it's like, okay, was he a figment of her imagination? Because he was gonna try to have her stop her heart, resuscitate her, to kill the entity or to stop it, and it didn't work because no matter what she did, the thing was like always a step ahead of her because she was. It seemed like she was gonna win, and then the thing's like none of this is real, and then she's out on live stage, and it takes possession of her, and then of course she takes herself out, and now that's how the movie ends. So now this thing has the ability to transport itself to anybody it wants, or is it going to go to all these thousands and thousands of people? Um, it's really interesting to me of where the third movie can go. I think the third movie can probably go in. I've been seeing this. Some been saying, "Oh, I want a like a Patient Zero type movie where it come from." Sometimes an origin story does work. Sometimes it doesn't. Um, some are wanting just another person, maybe a particular person, or they're wanting all these people, and it's going to be like a mild pandemic type thing. I vote for the last one. I think it'd be really crazy to see multiple people try to deal with this thing and not know what it is, or like what's real and what's not, and does it have that ability to take over multiple people at once, because it, it takes less than a week, so you gotta think everyone's still gonna be recovering from what they saw at this concert, and then about a week later they're already going to be seeing things, so they could see Sky, they could see all these other ones that pass, and it's crazy, dude. I mean, the director knows what he's doing when it comes to getting people out of their comfort zone and really think of what's real and what's not. And that I will give. I mean, again, Smile is probably not my favorite horror movie, but it is a horror movie that I have respect for because it is just really crazy. Now, again, it's just a very weird movie. I mean, it is. It is a very weird movie. It's one of those you gotta pay attention, and it makes you think. It makes you wonder what is real and what is not. And again, I gotta give credit to where credit's due to Naomi Scott, man. I mean, she could do well on horror if she wants to. I mean, again, I know she's been in Disney. I know she's been Power Rangers. You know, she's trying to do whatever with her career. I think if she does it correctly, she could do very well in the horror movie industry or just an action adventure type deal. So I think I have high hopes for her as an actress, and I think she'll do very well. But overall, guys, what was your thoughts of Smile 2? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it crazy? What do you think is going to happen in Smile 3? Let me know your thoughts are about it down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you as always on the next one.